Welcome to Rome's red light district. Well, in ancient times. Now it has this vintage and artistic vibe. I'm gonna show you around, have some good food, do some wine tasting, and sit at my favorite bar. Shall we go? Monti is located between the Colosseum and Piazza Venezia. It's called Monti, meaning mountains in Italian, because it originally included 3 of the 7 hills of Rome: the Esquiline, the Viminal and the Quirinal. Back when ancient Rome was the center of the world, Monti was called suburra, literally suburbs filled with gangs, violence and prostitutes. Very different from what we see today. Now it's artistic, it's vintage and very much alive. In this video we're going to explore the neighborhood together, talk with local people and decide whether it's a good place for you to stay during the holidays or not. Monti isn't just about the vibe, it's also packed with history. It's the first neighborhood in Rome and has some awesome places to visit, like the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, which even has a mini Sistine Chapel inside, the Forum of Augustus and Trajan's Column, Palazzo delle Esposizioni, which holds contemporary art exhibitions, and the Basilica of San Pietro in Vincoli with the Moses sculpture by Michelangelo. A good time to explore this neighborhood is actually after your visit to the Colosseum. Maybe you want to go out for lunch, grab a drink, it's the perfect place to do it. And if you want to go around easier, maybe with a local guide by your side, remember that you can book a fully customizable private tour with us. Check our website for guided tours or activities in Europe. We'll put the link in the description, and if you're looking for a special activity or a place to visit, don't forget to contact us because we always welcome new ideas. It's time for lunch. Now I know some good places here in Monti, but today I want to find out where the people that actually live here go. So let's go ask them.
Su via della Madonna dei Monti c'è la taverna romana, molto buona.
Io adoro broccoletti.
Spesso mi prendo la pizza qui a via Leonina,
Ok.
da una pizzeria a taglio che si chiama La Boccaccia.
Guarda, da Robertino è un posto carino.
Noi ci andiamo tutti i sabati a Via Urbana, non c'è trippa per gatti, che è
Ok.
ancora una di quelle trattorie caratteristiche romane che fanno appunto piatti tipici romani. E si mangia molto bene.
This lady really convinced me. I think I'm gonna try out the restaurant Non c'è trippa per gatti, which is a Roman saying that in English would translate to "this pond is all fished out." What a weird name for a restaurant, right? I must say that the lady's recommendation is actually very good. It's a good option if you want to have the traditional Roman experience of going to a Roman taverna. But if you also want to have something quick, like some takeaway pasta or takeaway pizza, there are loads of other options in this neighborhood where you can also go to. But I do recommend you just sitting down and enjoying this experience with simple but very good food. And what's better than having a glass of Italian wine together with your pasta? This restaurant is totally approved. Now it's time for scarpetta. If you don't do scarpetta, you only enjoy half of it. So, scarpetta tutorial. You basically clean the whole plate with it. It might not be the most fancy thing to do, but this is what the Romans do. So you clean the plate with some fresh, crispy bread, and then you eat it. Let's walk around. I have some favorite spots in the city where you can take beautiful pictures. And if you want to tell your friends that you're in Italy without actually telling them that you're in Italy, this will do the work. This is the perfect example where nature takes over, in this case, a house. In Italy, we have a tradition called Passeggiata, or evening stroll, where the locals go out in the early evening to walk on the street, meet up with neighbors, go out with friends, and especially to burn those calories after a very heavy lunch. So for today's Passeggiata, I've taken you to Villa Aldobrandini, where you can take beautiful pictures of the view and especially of the altar of the fatherland.
Per noi romani il senso della passeggiata è perdersi camminando in alcuni rioni. I rioni sono dei piccoli quartieri della città dove scoprire ogni vicolo è quasi impossibile. Ci si può camminare per anni cambiando zone, rioni e ogni volta c'è qualcosa di diverso che non si era notato la volta prima.
Sì, c'è sempre qualcosa di nuovo da scoprire qui a Roma. Oh, do you want to hear something funny? Basically, Emperor Nero used to do his own form of la passeggiata, dressed up like a common person to infiltrate the suburra to see what the masses were thinking about him and Rome. He was a smart guy, right? You might think that to do wine tasting you'd have to go outside of the city, go to the vineyards, but you can actually do that right in the center of Rome. We are here at VInoRoma, a great wine tasting experience with the owners Maurizio and Frank. Tell us a bit about what you do here.
So we're VInoRoma. We focus exclusively on wine tastings and education. So we're not a wine bar, we don't sell wine, we are here just to educate people on the joys of Italian wine. This is our tasting room here, the Monti neighborhood, where we do all of our wine tastings. And then every Thursday, we're actually open for wines by the glass from 4 to 8 p.m. Someone can stop in just for a glass or several and sit at the communal table, meet other travelers, other locals who are living here in Rome. So would you like to join us for a tasting?
I would love to.
Okay, but before we do that, let's go down and take a look at the cellar.
Perfect, can't wait. Let's go.
At the street level where you walked in, where our tasting room is, that street dates back to the Middle Ages. Instead, now that we walked down a level, we're essentially in the ancient Roman era, right? So this would have been street level in ancient Rome. In fact, you can see the entrance to the building would have been here, the marble entranceway and the wrought iron hinges that would have held down to the doors walking in from the street in ancient Rome.
Your own piece of ancient Rome.
We're very lucky to have it, absolutely, yeah. Is how it dries the mouth out. This is why we traditionally talk about red wines with red meat, right? That old line, a nice juicy steak will have to balance out the drying out sensations of the tannins.
Would you recommend the neighborhood of Monti to any tourists wanting to spend a holiday in Rome or even living here?
Absolutely, Monti is one of these underappreciated neighborhoods of Rome that has so much history, and the food scene here is fantastic. Amazing restaurants, wine bars. There's a lot of hotels and smaller, more boutique hotels in this area, I would say. But we're also close to Termini train station, so you also have hotels closer in that direction.
Thank you so much for this experience. It's been so interesting. And remember, if you want to have a fun experience in the center of Rome, you don't want to miss this. It's just a few steps away from the Colosseum. Cin cin.
Cin cin, thank you.
Thank you. Now it's time to head to Piazza della Madonna dei Monti, the heart of the Monti neighborhood. How is life like here in Monti?
We like to come here. There's like a lot of like nice places. Even if you don't want to go to the bar and sit down and stuff, you just grab a beer and sit by the fountain, which is something that we love doing.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Just look around and you have your answer. To me, beauty is the answer and is the reason for living.
What is the main reason that you like to come to Monti?
We usually drink something here, just a beer sitting next to the fountain. To go around for a walk, there's not much traffic here. Just because it's beautiful, I think.
Taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man, and I love you when you're singing that song. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know.
Would you recommend this place to tourists for staying in hotels or Airbnbs around this area?
I lived in London for almost 20 years. I used to come back here in Rome very often, and usually Monti was my place to stay. So yeah, I was always looking for like an Airbnb or something like in this area because it's perfect. You've got like Colosseum, like 5 minutes walk down the road. You got Termini, like, you know, station so close. In comparison with Trastevere is like it's a beautiful place, but it's not as well connected as Monti. So I think that, you know, it's a perfect place to explore Rome.
Singing that song, yeah. I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
So this is what hanging out in Monti is really like. We are at my favorite place in Monti, Sacripante, and today we have the opportunity to speak to the owner, Carlotta. Ciao, come stai?
Ciao Francesca,
Raccontami un po' di questo posto.
siamo una galleria d'arte con il bar, abbiamo aperto circa 9 anni fa, con la passione di unire l'arte alla mixology, dare la possibilità sia agli artisti che ai clienti di interagire con lo spazio, vedere delle mostre, prendendo un bicchiere di vino, un drink, e abbiamo anche una parte moda che è disegnata da noi, di un brand che si chiama Le Gallinelle. Attualmente abbiamo la mostra di un artista svedese e se vuoi facciamo un giro così vediamo anche la mostra.
Raccontami un po' su come vivere e lavorare qui a Monti.
Allora, Monti è fantastico, io sono nata qui, per questo ho deciso anche di aprire lo spazio in questo posto. È come stare in un piccolo villaggio all'interno della città. Oltre al fatto che le strade sono bellissime, anche piene di verde, noi fuori anche abbiamo il gelsomino.
Normalmente la clientela che hai sono turisti, italiani?
È un misto tra italiani residenti che abitano qui e di turisti, ovviamente.
That's beautiful. I think I'm gonna buy it. I'm Francesca from Crown Tours and thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Let me know in the comments what you think about Monti and whether you would choose it for accommodation or an evening stroll. See you in the next video. Ciao!